Morning Scrum with Govind Davis.
So this isn't like totally off topic, but it's a really interesting thought that, during the kind of 30-second intro that I had. And I'm not an expert on this. I just, having spent so much time around like yoga and Sanskrit and Hindu, like philosophy, you could call it, and mythology, you get introduced to this idea of like tantra, and a lot of people think of like tantra as, like, I don't know, there's just, it's associated a lot with sort of like, sexual practices and other things, and that's like really like a very narrow component of like what tantra is, essentially like the ritual of like spiritual activity or religious activity. So like the routines and like the specific things, like when you go to a Catholic church and they have like all this like very specific technique, essentially, that, or the practices, I actually just don't even know what it's called. So, in a lot of in the Hindu stuff, there's this practices. There's this thing called kirti, or is it arti? It's arti. I think that there's a bunch of this. It's arti. And during arti, it's like these very intricate, like ceremonial, it's the ceremonies, right? It's the very specific, it's the acts that are the actions in these ceremonies. And so I started thinking, it's like starting this show is like that. The more that I do it, and the more I'm like, okay, at specific times, and just kind of get into this routine of like, okay, there's this very specific set of steps. I go on, load the show. Now I'm doing like, I kind of open up, I create the banner that way. And a lot of these actually have real specific benefit, right? So there's the, adding the title and starting with the title and the date gives me like a strip, essentially, so I know what it is in the future. I mean, is that super important? I don't know. It's going to be on YouTube anyway, but these things can be really helpful. And, so that routine is coming together, and then just like getting the music and the timing and all of that. So, yeah. So anyway, that's that. And today, I am going to focus on like this same thing I've been working on around this strike deck content, and working on like creating this Descript, and like so much of it worked out okay. It took me a long time, and a lot of it like was really challenging. Like I feel like I made huge progress just from like my first video to my second, but I made some kind of like errors in the second one, like something that I'm doing wrong, and I just didn't have time to fix it. So you can see the video, and I'm like, wait, I need a good video, but it's just. So anyway, it's like a good story, and it is a good video in many ways, but I'm going to show you some of this. And don't break your domain. Warm up your email. So yeah, I'm going to pop to my screen share. And this is the screen that I had yesterday. So this is the Strike Deck case study. And the idea, what I did was I recorded the kind of story about this, and I decided to go with this approach where I have three images, a script, it's about 2 minutes into 3 different scenes. And then I kind of went into Descript, and I'm going to actually just show Descript and explain what happened in the context of that experience and that story, because it came out in many ways good, and I just like some things broke. I think maybe not because of AI necessarily, and then AI couldn't fix it, and I ended up with these like challenges that let me find the right place. So many layers here, and I don't even. Okay, wait, where's the Descript? Okay, here we go. So yeah, so what I ended up with, so I learned a lot about Descript just by banging around in here, and oh no, this is actually the share of this thing. So, and I think I actually is I need like I'm gonna play it. So, so this part's not that bad, right? And it goes into here and it, it's like it's so bad that I feel like I almost can't even like share that in a way. Like I can't. Like I probably could go back and just fix a few things. Like I think the blur at the end is like too much. I kind of went a little crazy with the effects, so I'll probably fix a few things on that. And but I'm gonna pop in here and show like I kind of, in the end, I kind of learned a lot about Descript, and so I'm gonna highlight some of this. But I just have to get it opened up here. Okay, so it's like I need to get just like into their main app here. The other one was like where it published to. So yeah, projects. So Strike Next Story. Actually, maybe I'll just fix this while I'm here. Let's go. My internet is so slow now. Oh shoot, I think I'm supposed to be on a call. Let's see here. Oh shoot. Yeah, so this was like some interesting things like, it starts here where you can't even see the timeline. So I kind of figured out, okay, you see the timeline and like bring all this stuff up. And so what happens is like somewhere in here, like there's this like clip out that occurs. And I think if I delete this, then I just go away completely. and that's not good. So the problem is, okay, I'm like here, and I'm over here, and then this one looks okay. So that one's just not that bad. Okay. Yeah, that's why this one, though, is bad. So I need to go. I think if I don't, yeah, it's just a lot of them to fix, but I fixed a lot. I had to fix the background stuff, so this just needs to be smaller. Okay, that looks okay. There's just so many of them, and I don't really exactly understand how they all got so broken like this. And there's some like fading. That looks okay, actually. All right. All right, that's actually pretty decent. Smaller. Yeah, there was something I did. I need to, when I regenerate the sound. Overall, this came out pretty good. I think if I just took those like horribly, I don't really mind a little bit of sort of jogging around. There's something there that's weird. I think it's the effect, green string animation. I don't think I want to do There it is. There's something here. Yeah, you can see that like there's just sometimes no really like easy way to get away from a lot of like really manual hits. All right. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I was like, there was this one little pop right there, and I was like, I'm gonna make it. I got creative because I was so annoyed, and then like maybe a little frustrated by it, and then now I'm like, I wish I didn't do that. All right, let's just give this a try now. Okay. I don't know if it's a start screen. This is the AI working. So I'm going to have a start screen. Yeah, I think this might be decent. All right, let's give it a try. There are some really nice things with the AI. Being able to just like for small edits. I made a big change in this sometimes, and you get something that just completely doesn't work. But for little things, it's actually really, really efficient. And there's a lot. I mean, I am literally just getting started on this. So add. I wonder if I can like. I'm not gonna mess with this because it's a video and like I don't know. There's probably some way to create, and I actually don't know if I really want the caption from the first screen anyway. All right. Anyway, I'm done with this. I wrap it up. Buy my stuff. I'll create a really cool video, something fun for you. Go to my website. Oh, I need to modify this. Hold on. It just needs to be. There we go. Just go to my website, strategist.com. There we go. Perfect. Done. Have a day. I got to run. I've got a meeting.